Tiny living. You've seen those shows about tiny houses moving into a much smaller space. But how can you downsize when the kids don't want your stuff? Well, welcome organizing and downsizing expert Lynn McPhellamy. She's the author of In the Checklist of Life. Good morning to you, Lynn. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So this is really something that is hitting us at different points in our lives, whether we're millennials and we've decided, you know, I don't want the house, I want the tiny house.
Right.
Or you're in the sunset years of your life and you have the big house and you don't want the big house anymore.
Right.
There's a million reasons why we have to downsize, but it's hard and we're not very good at it, are we?
No, we're not. And because it's overwhelming.
Yes. Where do you start?
Where do you start?
Yeah.
It's emotionally overwhelming because there's a memory attached to everything.
Yes.
It's physically overwhelming because you have to reach into shelves and cabinets and drawers and pull things out that you haven't seen in years. So it is overwhelming. So you have to have it, you have to approach it with a positive attitude and say, no, when we get through this, we will be pounds lighter, we will be happier, and we're going to say, why didn't we do this sooner? All the time.
Everyone always says that, don't they? Why wasn't I living like this before?
Right.
Organizing is something you talk about, but also something called rightsizing. What is that?
Rightsizing, making the right decisions for the things that you are taking with you at the next stop.
Okay, so if you have a 5,000 square foot home, you're going down to 1,200 square feet.
Right, yes.
You have to right-size those pieces.
So I want you to take the things that you will love, that you love, 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 and you're not taking out of guilt. I have to keep that because Auntie Sue gave it to me.
Right.
So when you're moving, you want to take the things that you love, that will give you joy, and it just wants you to, you want to be where you are now, living peacefully and not being held hostage by your stuff.
Oh, and our stuff does hold us hostage. So often people will be looking at a house for sale and they'll say, oh, my bedroom furniture won't fit into that.
Right.
They would lose out on a beautiful home that would fit everything else but not their furniture.
Right.
But that's the way we think, isn't it?
Right, and there's a home for everything.
Yeah.
So in order to right-size or downsize, you have lots of opportunities to find places to land your things. You can monetize your things. I work with auction houses and dealers and resources on the internet, so we can sell your things. There are opportunities to donate, and charities would love to have your things. And then you can start fresh if you want to, with new things, or just take the things that mean so much to you and that you're comfortable with.
So often kids are looking at their parents' goodies and thinking, I don't want to be stuck with it. Times have changed.
Times have changed.
Technology has changed. Electronics have changed. They just don't want that Wi-Fi system that worked really well in the 70s.
Right, the stereo that's 4 feet tall, the speakers are
We remember those days. Oh, they were so great back then.
And they still are. That's the thing.
Right.
Everything still has value.
To someone.
That's the hard part when you need to part with something. You say, but I spent so much money for it, and it's almost new.
Right,
it's
no one cares, do they? No. Yeah, until you find that person that really, really does. You have an event that's going to help out with this. Let's talk about that. It's coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yes, at Covenant Village of Cromwell.
Okay.
And you will get lots of opportunities to learn about tips and tricks on how to take care of your things and get them moving in the right direction, get you moving in the right direction, so you can start a new life.
Yes,
with doing things that you want to do when you want to do it.
Well, the book is in the checklist of life, or you can just hire you to do it, right? If we're really overwhelmed, if we really overwhelmed you.
Want to have fun,
you have the tips and tricks.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Thank you so much, and best of luck.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.